Hi everyone! Today we're going to be talking about how to prepare for a fashion photo shoot, and I'm going to be going through some of my concerns that I always have while I'm preparing for a shoot and how to handle those. Today we're going to be doing a Highlands themed fashion shoot with two redhead models. One of them is under 10, and I've never worked with a child model before, and one of them is in her 20s. So we're going to be heading to the hills above my apartment and see what we find. One of my biggest concerns is that I have never shot a child model before, so I'm not really sure what to expect. I have the sense that she's been in front of the camera quite a bit already, but I don't know how much work she's done in fashion. So it's going to be on my mind how to communicate the types of poses and the overall vibe I want to a child, because it's different than talking to an adult model. I think a big part of it is making sure that she's comfortable and that her mom is comfortable with what I'm asking her to do, and just keep checking in with her throughout the shoot. It's also a matter of coming up with ways for them to interact that look natural, because I'm guessing there's going to be a bit of a height difference, and the age difference, you have to come up with ways to pose them appropriately for their age while also keeping it cohesive for the shoot. Second biggest concern, which is always my concern on almost every shoot, is location. And the first part of that concern is that a ranger could technically ask us to leave. It's not a commercial shoot, but the boundaries on that depend really on the mindset of the ranger. So that is always a concern I have. And another concern I have about the location is that there's like 50 feet of no trespassing territory, which requires jumping over or sliding through 2 gates. And I'm not even sure why it's no trespassing. Like, it's a residential area and then it's a regional park, but there's just 50 feet in between that you're not supposed to walk on, even though it's a designated path. So it's the easiest way to get to where we want to be, but it is a little bit of a risk that I'm willing to take. And to help that go as smoothly as possible, I've checked in with my team members in advance, especially the young girl and her mom, to make sure that they were comfortable doing so before we just show up there and be like, okay, surprise, you have to climb over some gates and possibly get arrested. JK. But I think it's just a risk that's worth taking for the shoot for the sake of time and convenience, because otherwise we'd have to hike up huge hills and waste a lot of time just getting to the spot we want to shoot. One other thing that I'm worried about is the hills are just starting to turn gold from green. It's the end of spring / kind of beginning of summer, and it's getting into this kind of splotchiness where it's green and yellow, and I really hate that. So we're going to try our best to find some areas that are purely green with not much yellow in the background, and also some rocky crags that don't really portray a lot of the grass around them. Another concern I have is the timing of the shoot and the lighting. Here in the Bay Area, the fog tends to roll in around 6 in the evening, and that's about when we'll be shooting. So it could either be really windy and foggy, which the fog would be nice for the mood we're going for, but the wind will make things tricky, or it'll be golden hour, which is nice, but it could come with some wind too. So I have to be prepared for either one of those situations, and it's also warning the team members, dress appropriately, and models will keep you as comfortable as possible. The timeliness of team members is always my concern as well, which is why I always try to schedule things to happen earlier than they actually need to. So we have about an hour and a half for the models to get ready with hair and makeup. And then the stylist is leaving work when they're supposed to arrive, so I'm hoping that traffic doesn't interfere with that and that she gets here on time. Otherwise we'll have no clothes and we can't start. My last concern about the shoot is that we have a big team, at least big for me. We have 7 people, and I'm used to shooting with 3 or 4 max. So part of it is the fact that we have 2 models and one is 9 or 10, so her mom will be joining us. So it's me, 1 model, 2 model's mom, stylist, hair and makeup artist, and behind-the-scenes videographer. And my concerns about having a big team is that it draws a lot of attention. Even if we don't see a ranger, I've had people, come up to us and be like, what are you doing? When I don't know why it's their concern, but it draws attention, and it is valid for people to wonder what's going on. So especially when we're trespassing, 7 people hopping 2 fences is kind of a big scene, but I'm just gonna hope for the best, and that's why I'm really trying to prepare people so that we're laying low and not drawing tons of attention to ourselves. All right, everyone, I hope you found this video to be helpful. There's a lot that goes into a fashion shoot, but I think it's one of the most fun genres of photography. And if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe.